My name's Annie Thompson. I'm Housing Weatherization Director. I direct the programs of the housing and the weatherization programs. I was a junior in high school and they had a program called NYC, and I worked on that program with the summer Head Start program. Then in 1973, I applied and they had a program, a work experience program through East Kentucky Concentrated Employment. And it was a 6 months program just for work experience, and they placed me in the local Leslie County LKLP office. So I was secretary there, and then for 6 months, and then they hired me on in April the 24th, 1974, as a permanent employee as secretary, and I stayed secretary for 2 years. Then was promoted to office manager, supervisor, and stayed in that role until 94, almost probably right at 20 years. And then I was promoted to housing director and went to the central office. At that time was located at the old Car Creek High School in Knott County. I was housing director for about 6 months, and then the director called me in and says, "I'm giving you also weatherization. Do you think you can handle it?" I said, "I'll give it a try." So I've also been weatherization director from that day forward. That time we did not have a large weatherization program because back then, funds were not the greatest. But we made it work, and it was with Cabinets for Families and Children at that time. Then along come KAC's. I can't exactly remember the date Kentucky Housing took weatherization. It was a lot different, but I can tell you the first person that I had as that was in charge was Merlin Stober Harris.
Don't know the name.
She used to work with Kentucky Housing Corporation.
How many years ago was this?
I cannot tell you. I can't tell you the dates, but she was the person that was in charge down there. Her and Crystal Howard, H-A-R-O-D, I think is how you pronounce her last name.
Huh. Also not around either.
So then Kelly came along, and I knew Kelly when she was in the home ownership department. So I've known her for a while, and I've had it ever since. Back in the beginning, you did not get to do all the measures that you get to do now. We could install doors. We can't do that now. The windows had those plastic window things you put over them.
Yeah.
And some insulation and caulking. There was not a whole lot of measures done on a house back in the beginning. It was really, in the beginning, just almost like an experiment to see what we could get done. I think it's a great help to the clients. It's lowering their electric bills. We get letters all the time from clients how much it's lowered their electric bills, just the weatherization, the air sealing and insulation and everything that we do. It's helped their clients tremendously. Of course, go out and do a pre-eval on it and check the house out, and then they come back in and they input all their information into an audit, and that audit generates the measures that they can do. And then the D&E people create the work order and give it to the crew leaders. They do health and safety. That's CO detectors, smoke alarms, anything health and safety wise, they take care of that. They do air sealing. They do baseload jobs, which is shower head, hot water heater, wraps, pipe wrap, LED bulbs. They do insulation, sealing in underneath the floors. They do vapor barriers. They put down a 6 mil plastic on the floor, underneath the floors. And then we install heat pumps. If they've got electric furnace that's bad, then we'll replace that electric furnace with a energy saving heat pump. 15 series now is what it is now. It's my life. That's all I've done ever since I've got just about out of high school. I mean, I like people, I like helping people, and it's my life. My husband says you can't retire because you won't be happy. And I won't. I mean, this is it. During the R days, we did 30 homes a month because we had 2 crews in every county. Yes. So we've probably helped probably 30 or 40,000. Seriously. Well, last year we had several. We buy T-shirts to let everybody know it's Weatherization Day, and everybody upstairs wears their Weatherization T-shirt. Then we have Matt goes out with us and interviews the client, and we do the story, and you post it on
and
social media.
Yeah, and get pictures of them working on the house, even if we have to stage them.
Right.
We do
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kelly's been real good. We have our talks, and we all enjoy her. They came down.
Is it the same house?
No,
That we're going to in Leslie
it's
County?
a different house.
Okay, because
They came down.
it's around the
Was it
same
last
time.
year? Or
It was
year
two. It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and worked on a house with us. Kelly and Patty and Allison. I think everybody needs to contact their local community actions, and because a lot of people don't realize what weatherization does. I don't believe that they do as much as they do. But they need to contact their local community action agencies and see if they're eligible. If they've got a sewer leak and they know it, well, we can't work on that house until that, if they can fix their sewer leak and call us and prove to us it's fixed, then we'll work on that house. The weatherization programs funding comes from the Department of Energy. LAHEAP comes from Health, Human and Services. That's mainly the energy, help pay the energy bills, and how that we get 15% of it, I think weatherization does, because it also saves them. If we get that LAHEAP money, we can use that and make their homes more energy efficient. It's made their homes more efficient, and they have built their self-esteem. They have more self-esteem and they feel better about themselves because their home is, and that gives them energy efficient. That gives it their electric bill or their heat bill is not as high, so that gives them extra money for food or whatever. I appreciate, even the kids with Weatherization Day, they're just so appreciative that their house is getting fixed.
You can make sure it gets a...
This Weatherization Day, the ladies' kids made all the staff there one of these candles.
Okay.
And gave us when we left.
Okay.
And had a little note. We've got the note in there that they wrote with it. I'll do whatever I'm here. If somebody comes in and said, I need you to help me do something in transportation. Can you? I've actually transported clients in the beginning. When I was supervisor and office manager in Leslie County, they didn't have a transportation program per se as big, and we would transport dialysis clients 3 days a week at that time to Corbin.
Oh.
And we had outreach staff. We had 2 outreach staffs, so they would go. I'd take my turn. I'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and take my turn and go transport the clients. I've done it all. Enjoyed every minute of it. There's 10.
10 people?
Mm-hmm.
And how many?
Not counting the bookkeeper. She's, we have a bookkeeper. 4 counties. Leslie, Knott, Letcher, and Prairie counties.
And how many days a week?
4 10-hour days.
5 days a week?
No, 4.
14-hour days. And they go to multiple houses a day, I would imagine, because of the way the work is.
They'll start, each one of them, each crew will start a house, and they stay on that house till it's completed. When they get it completed, they'll bring it in, and the QCI will go out and post that job. Once he posts that job, they'll bring in the job with all the bills, and Tony, the assistant, will work that job up, the bills. He'll bring those bills into me. I'll double check, make sure all of them's right. Then I'll take them over to finance to be paid. They'll get another house the next day and start on another. It may take them, depends on how much work to do. An average house probably takes them about 7 working days to get it completed.
Okay.
Less if it's not got a heat pump, it's less.
I'm Lois Bowling, and we're at Hyden, Kentucky.
Hyden, Kentucky, okay.
They did insulation. They redid my duct work. They did my dryer, clothes dryer, and
The dryer vent.
the dryer vent, and a bathroom fan.
Yeah, Azray fan.
When I worked, it was, you didn't pay in as much, so my income wasn't big enough to do the things I needed to do. And they were real helpful. I mean, it wasn't like it was a punishment to ask. Just calling the office.
The local office, the Leslie County office, she called the Leslie County office, and they made her an appointment. That's the way that we process it. And they gave her an appointment, and she went in and
Filled out all the paperwork.
did application, and then they sent it to us, and we go by points. And once we get those applications, we update every 6 months, right, Tony?
Yep.
About every 6 months, we have to have we update our waiting list.
Well, my electric bill has gone down in price. It's warmer. It don't take as much to heat or to cool.
Okay.
And
Can you remember what your electric bill was before we did weatherization? I can't remember what.
I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's
How much
got
has it been saving you?
probably between $75 and $100 a month, and that's really true. I mean, I keep all my electric bills for 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And then we did a heat pump, didn't we?
You did a heat pump. My heat pump had gone out, and I'd had it repaired, and they told me, the people that repaired it said this is probably it. So I asked and I received. They gave me a really nice Amana heat pump and put it in. And the cats had got under my house before the block and had shredded all of the ductwork. So they put in new ductwork too. Each young man that was here was perfect young men. They polite, nice, anything, just really nice. If they would eat, I fed them.
That's what I heard.
I think once we had hot dogs and probably chips, and then another day I can't remember, did I do a ham?
Yeah. You did ham. One day you did chicken and dumplings, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew most of them's either parents or grandparents.
You did?
Yeah, some of the boys that was here. Darrell Helton, I knew his mother really well.
Huh.
And that's a nice thing about a small county, ain't it? Well, we love Annie. Everybody does in this whole area. But I guess all these guys are welcome here at any time. She's always helpful, always kind, and friendly, and you don't feel, you can tell her whatever you need to tell her, and she says yes or no. We can or we can't. It's not beat around the bush, right?
No.
She just, if she can help you, you get it. If you can't, you can't.
Our office, our first office in Hyden in Leslie County was upstairs over City Market, and your beauty shop was next door
Over the bank.
over the bank. So we shared the same stairway in the same area. And then I'd get off work, I'd go Lois and cut my hair.
Look into the resources. They're here. If you don't ask, you can't get them. And it's simple as going in and putting in an application. If they can help you, they will.